let me put this part up front. I'm done with the video, but I'm putting this part up front because it's the complaining. It's another video full of complaining. Howdy folks, it's me, Manic Mark. The totally naked head Manic Mark right there. There it is, no hat. It's hot today. I left the hat off. People say, why do you wear a hat? It's, oh, that's it. Oh, it's like when you wear the hat outside and then you get some kind of tan and you got the... People are like, ha ha ha. But they don't realize that you don't want all that sun. So I wear a hat, and when you hit your head's this big, it's heavy, and your body has a hard time holding up, so when you walk you do this and you bang your head. So a hat helps keep the scarring down. I got a few records today to share, and most of you know the update on the thing with the record from yesterday. Once again, that's why you come here, is because, oh no, what's he going to complain about today? What does he have left to complain about? We thought watching for a year and a half to 2 years, whatever it is now, it's been a long time, I'm very tired. All he does is complain, and we think that he's gone through the entire list. Somewhere there's a list of the things you can complain about. I've been doing eBay a long time now, like since 1998. I think. It's been a long time. I've never had anything like this happen. Granted, when I sent the initial message to the seller, I expressed my dismay at their... I started off with saying I was excited to get this record and I would like to keep the record. I don't want to come out with demands. When I make initial contact like that, I just want to point out the problem and let the seller decide what they think they should do, because I don't, I like try to be nice, but you can't be nice when you point out a problem, because it's a problem. There's a book, it's pretty thick, and he's gone through A to Z. It should be on Z's. Zebras, they probably smell when you get up to them in person. They're like horses, they smell like horses, and if you don't like horses, how come nobody rides zebras? So I get this paragraph back that I can hardly read, typed in such a fashion that I can hardly understand it, which says, I'm sorry the post office dropped your box. It's the post office fault, apparently, that the record was damaged. And if I had seen the water damage, I would have pointed that out. I'm glad you're going to keep the record. That was the end of it. Basically, sorry about your luck. My next email wasn't quite as nice as my first email. It started out with, you gotta be kidding me, and ended with unbelievable. The following email, then there was some stuff in between, no cussing. I sent that email, I said I sent that email to give you a chance to take responsibility for this issue. The next email I get, they're insulted, quote unquote, they're insulted that I insulted their packing and description skills. I pack everything very carefully, and you can tell from my feedback that basically telling me that I insulted their packing skills and their ability to describe an item. And I said, I'm trying to avoid negative feedback. So then I mentioned partial refund. I said, wouldn't this be better than going through the process of filing a complaint? So the next email I get is, no! File the complaint. Ooh, this is a good one. I take pictures of everything I send out because of people like you. I knew you were going to be like this. That's the other thing. Have you ever seen anybody ride a zebra? Why are they so much more difficult to ride than horses or those little donkey things people get on in the movies and ride around? Camels. Can a zebra be any harder to ride than a camel? So I filed a complaint. what was I going to do? I'm like totally past even wanting to have this thing because I'm so upset over being treated like I'm some kind of newbie kid who's never done anything. And did you look at my feedback? What's wrong with you? Defensive and paranoid. It's a psychological issue. And you missed the description. I didn't even point out the seam split where it's coming apart. I haven't done that yet. And the fact that you packed it in a priority mailbox and sent it media mail. Just unbelievable. I went on too long about that. I cut it all out. I cut it all up to kind of make it like to get to the point. There must be a reason. I just never went and looked it up. I should use Google more because the answers are all right there in Google. You don't even have to think for yourself. All you have to do is somebody asks you a question. It's like, here's your phone. Wait a minute. I don't have to think for myself because it's all right here. And you shouldn't. You shouldn't think for yourself because you're going to be wrong. So Google it. And that doesn't matter either because anything you think is the truth, there's somebody out there with an opposite opinion. Speaking of records that came a long way undamaged, it's this one. I ordered this record. It's an avant-garde. It's by the Louisville Orchestra. Louisville is an hour, 15 minutes, hour and a half if you're driving, you know, depending on how you drive away from me. But I ordered the record and it came from Greece. And it's okay. It's traveled nicely. I've complained before. I had a record, electronics record that I really wanted that came from California. And apparently they're different. I know this now. They're different cardboard boxes manufactured to mail records in. There's different quality boxes. This was mailed in a very thin box. And it came and I could tell the box had been flexed. It looked fine, but there was some kind of something about it. I said, eh. And I opened it up, and the cover of the album looked fine. And it wasn't a 78, you know, but it was snapped right in two. It was a beautiful copy too. Now, I told the guy, I said, you know, your box didn't stand. It looks fine. Here's a photograph of it. The USPS flexed it. You probably should have mailed it with some cardboard in it or something. He just refunded everything, including shipping. That's what I do and have done when there have been issues, okay? I don't want to take responsibility for mishandling from the post office. And I haven't had to because I pack things. So unless you drive once, I got an album with a handmade cover. It was a lounge record. I was really looking forward to it. And it came, and I opened the mailbox, and part of the cardboard that was made to carry the record in, was a specially made box for records, was torn, and it had an imprint of a forklift tire on it. I swear to God, that believes their thinking is well reasoned, and that you should be having the flat earth versus the round earth, or the round earth versus the flat earth thing, and they're very adamant about these things. And the record, the sleeve was kind of crunchy inside, but the record wasn't broken. I couldn't believe that. I didn't even complain about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew it wasn't the person that sent it. It wasn't their fault. And what the hell are you going to do about the post office? Anyway, the next record. This looks good. Obscure Private Press on Full Tone Records out of Fairdale, Kentucky. The Brazilian Beat. This looks like an export record from London, South America. Bob Crew. I like Bob Crew. Here's Music to Walk Girls By. Do I have this one? Have I ever held this up before? I bought the thing. It wasn't that expensive. I bought it because the cover is fantastic. It's Kenneth Glover, If I Can Help Somebody. There's Kenneth in his wheelchair right there. Alright, that's just an awesome cover. I was very happy to get that. Okay. They don't use Google much either. Or if they do, they only read the articles that they agree with. And why do you want to read something that you don't agree with? Because it just upsets you, and then you have trouble eating your dinner and sleeping at night.
l'outil qui lui servira à gagner sa vie. Ainsi soit-il. Premier vendredi du mois, je mets le pied sur l'antibois. De l'antibois dans mon lit, grand Saint-Jean, faites comme mon dormant. Je vois celui que j'aurai dans mon vivant. Tout frais, tout rasé, comme le jour où je me marierai. camare. Mare che circa mare, mare barocca mare, mare arasca mare. Mare acutodok muciamo, mare acutodok nell'abbaimu. Manic campada rumbata namu, campada canta e suda gioca giocanda, attam suda bintanga, gioca anche per cacilhate, gioca anche per cacilrasa, gioca anche minga bisala. Certo, anche un incambissile. Acutudok hilamu, acutudok sramu.